Hi, this is Zoodalore, and this is week 7 since my job application at Riot Games as a game designer for the LivePod team. This week's video will focus on my circumstances rather than game mechanics as a means of refocusing the channel. The primary reason for this is that the job listing I applied to has been taken down from the League of Legends careers page. To no one's surprise, I didn't get hired. If you've seen my channel banner, you would recognize the words "We Go Again." It's the philosophy that showcases my best self. Just because something doesn't work doesn't mean what you're doing is incorrect. In fact, Zoodalore is actually a play on words of the French idiom zut alors, which expresses a sentiment of darn what now. That being said, someday, another listing will appear at Riot. Perhaps an esports team will get wind of my potential and pick me up as a coach. I will keep pursuing this journey until I catch a break, and will be forever grateful and loyal to the people that grant me that opportunity. For the first time in the past 5 years, I can work from 5 a.m. to midnight and be excited when I wake up to go again. I've truly found my calling in life. So far, I've paid a challenger, content creator, and coach to speak with me, two of which finally have gone back to me and endorsed my job application. I won't share their names, as the release will be much more impactful when I have greater numbers, and timed with an active, worthwhile opportunity. A coaching session with a pro player, 75 USD. A monthly Patreon subscription, 600 USD per year. Strengthening my resolve that this journey is worth pursuing, priceless. So what does the future hold? My end goal hasn't changed. I want to work in the League of Legends scene. I still need to work full-time at my current job, so I will be pivoting my lengthy videos to a blog format where I can post the system design documents that explain my reasoning in depth. I might summarize these articles in videos, which I'll upload to YouTube, but I can no longer afford taking time off to pursue my craft, and therefore won't abide to a strict schedule anymore. In the past 6 weeks, I've focused on the game with dedication that I've never pursued before. League always permitted me to escape life's cruel reality, and my goal was never to grind for LP, but rather to, above all, enjoy myself. Secondly, was to play to win. Similar to one of my core values, life decisions are always about money, but it's never just about the money. In any case, the research I did led me to pose a hypothesis. I designed an experiment, tested it, and the results were striking. My wife, who ranks in the 75th percentile of players, consistently defeated me, a player who ranked in the 3rd percentile at his peak. In what world can it be true that a player who plays baseball recreationally could consistently hit a AA pitcher's pitch? The idea shows promise, and for now I think it's healthiest for me to dream. I might be onto an idea akin to the Moneyball situation, where the Red Sox used the Oakland A's strategy, backed it up with a real budget, and won the World Series right after, defining the meta of the next era. I could be proven wrong at any point, especially as the scope of the testing increases, but in the worst case, I will have gained an understanding of the game, which is an integral part of the role I'm pursuing, that of a game designer or coach. At which point, we simply will go again. For the foreseeable future, I've decided to apply for the API approval as a means of building rapport with Riot employees and to build the prototype of my idea. It's healthy to dream sometimes, who knows, I might be onto Zut's Law. I've also created a coaching section in my Discord, and I have shared it on YouTube, feel free to check it out, where I believe I can appeal to new players to just learn the systems of the game in general. I'm starting it at $20 per hour because I feel like it's so much more important to have it accessible rather than to be price gouging for their time. I prefer teaching gold and below, but if you're higher, I will have a blast chatting with you nonetheless when you can find the time. As a means of finalizing the eligibility criteria of the previous job application, I need to reach Diamond in League of Legends. I believe that by applying my ideas as a case study to get my alt account from Gold 4, 0 LP to Diamond 4, would suffice to satisfy this requirement. I will be using every strategy I can develop or know of to inflate my elo, because I know for a fact that my mechanics will never be on par with those of a Masters player. An example of this will be one-tricking a champ in a role with the most agency. Who, you might ask? Well, I settled on Sejuani Jungle because she's currently the weakest jungler in the game, sitting at 45% win rate. That alone should make it for an interesting proof of concept. I am incredibly willing and capable. I just need an opportunity. Riot, and whomever interested, I'm still job hunting.